game, turnover part of the game. The King responded by getting the turnover themselves. That's how the game goes sometimes. Sometimes it's hard.
After the start you had to be 2-0 and to look at the scoreboard and see 24-0, what's your reaction to that?
It's hard to come back. You're down 24. No matter what the record is, no matter who you playing, it's tough. We put ourselves in the hole early on. We just tried to call back as much as we can. It wasn't what we wanted, but at the same time, when adversity strikes,
did they play more desperate than you did? And obviously coming 0-2 and better position.
Well, the know-how was tough. Just know-how was very tough. It's very up-tempo. And they was a step faster than us. We saw it. We was pulling back and trying to make plays and doing the best we could. Bradford, he did a great job of not turning over the ball. And, I got the ball out early, so I didn't want to get pressure on them. So, they had a great game plan.
You shut them out in the second half. Were you guys more used to the tempo by you think?
We made a couple adjustments at halftime and made the corrections and went out there and started playing like ourselves.
Steph Stevens is known for its takeaways. What made it difficult? How did they put together?
They just had a great game. Bradford did a great job of getting the ball out fast. Their running game, they played running game as well. They run the ball really well.
See many balls facing Stevens give you at all in your direction?
I don't know. I'm sure you watched the game. So it is what it is. For me personally, it's controversial.
I'm thrilled that you guys over 230 yards, 75 with that one touchdown drive in the first half. For the most part, on possession and possession on base, do you feel like you guys played reasonably well against their offense?
No. We're down, like I said, we're down 24-0. That's just, it don't matter how they score or how they get the points. It's just tough to come back to that. We've been in this situation plenty of times, and it's just, we're chasing it. We're chasing it.
You mentioned your hamstring. How is it?
24-0 was just too big to overcome. No, not at all. When you have a strong team, good character, you're always in it. And especially when it's the first half, it's a long ball game. We just didn't have enough, and we didn't make a play when we had to.
Without Ivory, without Dicker, how difficult was it for the offense to get in the rhythm that you were used to?
No, it definitely hurts when you don't have your starters out there. Ivory, he makes this thing go. Decker, he helps out when teams try to roll coverage. But there's no excuse. We have more than enough depth to get the job done.
How much of a double coverage did you see?
Oh man, double coverage, triple coverage, but that's good sometimes because you should have bigger lanes throwing the ball on the other side or lanes for the running game.
Brandon, can you talk about the lateral that you tried?
Oh my gosh, I was waiting for that one. Wrong time to gamble. I was pressing, trying to make a play, but can't do that. That was probably worst play in NFL history.
Did you think you had anybody?
I did, and but you can't do that. The damage outweighs the reward so much.
What did Coach say to you?
He told me you just can't do that. He said, pulled me to the side on the sideline and said, what did he say? He said, don't do too much. Don't need to do too much.
In the moment, Brandon, what were you trying to do, and why?
I think we were down 17-0 at that point. That may have been first real catch, and saw Cumberland just sitting there and waited too late to do it. If I was going to do it, should have did it a little earlier, but can't do that. That's backyard football. Can't do that. It's bonehead play.
With those two guys out there, are you just feeling a lot of pressure to try and make something happen, even though you're getting all that coverage?
No, we were down 17-0, and nothing was really going at that time, but that's the time where you bunker down and just take it one play at a time.
Brandon, why do you think nothing was really clicking for the offense today?
Not making plays when they were there, whether it was, I mean, it was all 11 guys, so it was on us not making the plays when the plays were called.
How out of character were all of the self-inflicted wounds?
Yeah. Digest that and take it all in. It sucks when, things like that happen with the loss, so, I'm focused on one thing, and that's wins.
I know you focused on that, but doesn't it illustrate what a consistent wide receiver you are?
Do you not see the fumble? There's some good stuff, but then it's like, pitch the ball back. Like, what is that? I can't really wrap my head around it right now because I'm so disappointed in my performance and disappointed in the loss. I'll be able to digest it in a few hours or maybe after our next win.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks a lot.
We were able to, at the same time, that we wasn't able to create the turnovers that we created in the first 2 weeks of the season. We got 1 turnover this weekend. I think we ended up giving up 4. So that was opposite of what we had, and they was close to another time.
You got it, bro. Thanks for your time.
What's up?
Coach, I feel like with your turnovers, you guys got a lot of good bounces in the first 2 weeks today. It seemed like you were close on 2, you were close on 1, and it just kind of eluded you.
I mean, we was close on a couple of them, but we didn't capitalize on them. So, capitalize on the turnovers, which you need in a tight ball game or ball game where you need the momentum to shift quickly. We didn't capitalize on them. So, like I said, they went +4. They put in +3. We only got 1 turnover, hard time man. When we used to get 4 or 5 a game.
So, you guys have 230 yards, 75 and the 1 touchdown drive in the first half. Do you feel like you handled their offense reasonably well for the most part?
No, it's going to keep my end zone. No matter what happens, what's going on with all the special teams, got to pick them up. We haven't given up 24 points in the first 2 weeks, total. We turn around and give us 24 points in 1 game. So this is something that we got to take a little more pride in, make sure that we go out and uplift everybody, from the defense standpoint.
Because a lot of people thought you probably would have won.
I mean, it's unfortunate we didn't get the victory, but we recognize we have a long season. So we're going to go out there, execute, and hopefully turn our fate around next week.
Speaking of next week, how important is it to take what you learned from this game and move forward and make the necessary corrections as you head to a huge divisional game overseas in London?
It's very important. I mean, we had, I believe, 4 turnovers, penalties, and that's not going to get it. We need to make sure that we focus, we execute, and we play better football.
Does this stick with you guys a little bit more, knowing that you guys had 92 more yards offense?
No, like I said, we recognize that there were some errors made throughout the game that stunted our drives. Like I said, when you have penalties, when you don't execute, all that leads to an unfavorable result. But we're a strong team. We believe in mental toughness, and this is just a bump in what we're trying to do.
How good would it have been to come out of this 3-0? I mean, I know it's sort of fantasy, but how good would it have been to come out of this 3-0?
I mean, we don't want to live too much in the what could have happened. We recognize that it'd be great to win all our games, but we have to take it 1 game at a time. We got to make sure that we're doing everything we can to focus in on our opponent and execute at a high level.
What were the Eagles doing that disrupted you guys?
I think we just had a lot of self-inflicted wounds. I mean, they're a talented team. They play aggressively, but I think there were some areas where we as a team could have just played better and taken care of things that would have caused us to have a better outcome.
Do you guys look at this as a game that you guys lost rather than you got beat in a way?
I know that there were some things that we did wrong. I still want to take an opportunity to look at the tape and look at it specifically, but the turnovers, penalties, those things, like I said, those will always stall what you're trying to do, and then it comes down to execution. Are we doing everything right on the play? And that's key. We were close. We started to rally in the second half, but time ran out and we just couldn't do enough.
Rick, a lot of times you can't really judge a quarterback until you see him deal with adversity. It's the first time seeing Ryan in a game like this. What did you see about him that kind of told you a little bit more about him that you might not have known the first 2 games?
Well, again, I mean, I think, you know, one of the reasons, I mean, he's a leader. He's been in the game a long time, so I think, you know, he did everything to put us in the right position. You know, when we have a team loss like this, you know, it's all around. It's not any one area, but again, without looking at the tape, it's kind of hard to focus and say, okay, this is a particular area. But generally speaking, we know turnovers and penalties disrupted what we were trying to get accomplished.
Everybody good? Thank you very much.
I've been a Jet fan my whole life. Watching second-rate offense, kick field goals. My life is hard.
When it comes to being a Jet fan, I would say, you know, it's called passion and desire. You know, a lot of times maybe we're not the team that's favored to win, but I tell you what, that's why we lace up the cleats, and that's why 80,000 people come to the stadium every single Sunday, because they want to see the game green and their boys compete, stay competitive. Hey,
chance to win any given Sunday.
That's
lace up the cleats.
That's why Philadelphia drove 100 miles to get up here to play a game. It's a game.
Again,
You gotta respect the game, honor the game. Well, being a Jet fan, I think that's what you do. Yeah, they came up short today. The best part about that, today's loss is, the best part of it is we have 13 more challenges ahead of us.
long season.
What are you going to do to get better? Learn from this. What are you going to do? Correct those mistakes. Get the offense firing on all cylinders, and there's a good chance we'll come out on top next week in London against the Dolphins.